Now available in paperback and Kindle. Stop simping in cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today. Last week, actress Jada Pinkett Smith emasculated and disrespected her husband Will Smith by saying that he was not able to satisfy her in their sex life. Now, after a man gets disrespected by a woman like this, usually he makes an effort to express his anger towards this disrespectful expression of contempt by checking that woman and setting a boundary for how he will be treated, because he understands that if a woman does not respect him, he needs to take his respect. Unfortunately, in the case of actor Will Smith, he has not made any efforts to go out here and check his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, and the reason why he has not gone out here and checked her is because he has no real understanding of how to be angry. Now, one of the big problems with many quote-unquote nice guys is that they have a serious problem with anger, and the reason why they have a problem with anger is because they don't know how to navigate through their emotions. Now, oftentimes, your nice guys, whenever they have these feelings of anger, what they will do is suppress that anger, and when they go out here and suppress that anger, they make it look like they are just tolerating things, but inside they are filling themselves with anger that's packed down, and eventually what happens is, because this anger is packed down like TNT, eventually they get pushed too far, and then what these men do is they explode in a rage. And the big problem I see with your Will Smith is because he does not know how to navigate through his emotions. He does not know how to deal with anger. And because he doesn't know how to deal with anger, he sits there and tries to hold it in, meanwhile letting women like his wife, Jada Pinkett, go on to disrespect him and tolerating disrespects that make him appear weaker and go out here and tarnish his reputation as a man. Now, the big problem that leads to a lot of these males becoming like this is being raised in a gynocentric environment and having to deal with some sort of trauma. Now, your Will Smith, at an early age, saw his father beating his mother, allegedly, and as a result, this made him vow to not be a man like his father. And one of the things that was a part of that trauma was he wanted to go out here and suppress his anger and tolerate things as related to women in an effort to try to treat them the way he wanted his mother to be treated. Now, this is a major mistake that many nice guys and go out here and make. They go out here thinking that they can treat a woman just like their mothers, not understanding the relationship between your mother and your father is their relationship, and the relationship you have with another woman will not be the same as the relationship you have with your mother. And the big problem with Will Smith is he's trying to treat Jada like his mother, not understanding that in a relationship between a man and a woman, you have to go out here and be the leader, and part of being the leader is dealing with conflict. Now, your Will Smith has a fear of dealing with conflict with Jada, and because he has a fear of dealing with conflict with Jada, what he does is he tries to avoid dealing with conflict, and that's something that is bad for a man to do. Now, in a relationship, in order for a woman to love a man needs to have his respect. And if a man does not have his respect, then there is no relationship between him and that woman. Now, part of a healthy relationship is a man setting boundaries for how he will be treated. And if a woman steps past those boundaries, then he has to make an effort to check that woman. But because your Will Smith is a quote unquote nice guy, he is afraid to have conflict with Jada, and he's afraid to check Jada and let her know where the boundaries are because he's afraid of one, possibly mistreating Jada the way his father mistreated his mother, and two, he is afraid of losing Jada Pinkett. Now, this is one of the biggest mistakes a guy can go out here and make, is going out here and avoiding checking women out of fear, because you have to understand that you have a right to your emotions and you have a right to hold a woman accountable and establish boundaries for how you are treated in that relationship. This is something many quote unquote nice guys don't understand, and because they don't understand it, they allow women a wide berth in the relationship, and this allows the woman to go out here and push a nice guy all the way to a wall. But a man of character knows from day one he needs to set boundaries with that woman, and the reason why he's setting boundaries with that woman is because those boundaries are the lines that let her know how he will be treated in the relationship and what he will tolerate from her as related to her behavior. So he's going to let her know from day one that his respect is the most important thing in the relationship. Not one, but the most important thing, because if he cannot have his respect, then there is no relationship. And part of getting respect is you setting boundaries. And when you don't set strong boundaries, what happens is these women then start to go out here and try to test you. And if they can test you and get away with stuff, then they start to lose respect for you. So your Will Smith, when he was out here with your Jada Pinkett, he did not do a good job of setting boundaries with Jada, and that was shown with the whole concept of the open marriage. Now, any man of character, he's going to express his anger at this woman coming up with a proposal like this that disrespects him, because if a woman wants to be a man's wife, then she is not going to want to have an open relationship. No, that relationship is going to be closed, and she is going to want to be exclusive to that man. And your Will Smith, again, did not know how to express his anger because he feared conflict and he feared losing Jada. So he went along with this whole open marriage agreement, and he openly indulged Jada Pinkett's sexual deviancy. Now, again, that's what happens when you don't set boundaries with a woman and you don't go out here and hard check a woman right then and there. Now, one of the big mistakes another mistake that nice guys make is they don't go out here and check women early on. And again, they do this because they are scared of losing the woman. But what they don't understand is what they're losing is their intangibles of manhood by not expressing their anger in a constructive fashion. Because when you don't express your anger in a constructive fashion by checking the woman, what she does is she believes that disrespecting you is okay, and they think that they can then further push the boundaries. So a man has to understand how to navigate through his emotions to express his anger at a woman who has crossed the line. Now, the way a man goes out here and checks a woman is, well, he has these feelings of anger. He knows that he has to act in a constructive manner towards expressing that anger towards this disrespectful behavior. And any man of character, what he's going to do when a woman starts to act out of line is he's going to take that woman in private, because this discussion is between you and her, and he's going to make some eye contact in that private space, and he's going to let that woman know that she has been out of line, and he's going to let her know that this behavior is not something he is going to tolerate. So what he's going to do is, again, take her in private, let her know what she did, let her know that this is disrespectful to him, and then let her know that he is not going to tolerate that type of behavior. And she may get angry, she may get emotional, she may start getting loud, but you have to be calm and in control as you are expressing your anger, and you have to let her know that you are going to hold a line as related to her out-of-pocket behavior. That is how you check a woman, but your Will Smith doesn't understand how to check a woman, because he doesn't understand this because he saw his father exploding in rage and violently attacking his mother. So he doesn't understand there's a constructive way for a man to express his anger and deal with conflict without using physical force. A man of character does not need to use physical force to check a woman. No, he is going to let it be known what he's going to tolerate. And if this woman wants to get loud, emotional, and argumentative, and even if she wants to leave, it is not his problem, because if she wants to leave, then that's more better for him, because that means that that woman was not for him, and he has not really lost anything as related to his intangibles of manhood, because losing your dignity, losing your self-respect, and losing your self-worth, these are intangibles you can't get back. And when you let a woman get out of order with you where she can disrespect you, you are losing more than your face in public. You are losing all of the parts of your internal character, and you are becoming a weak man. Because when a woman can go out here and flagrantly disrespect you, what you are doing is sending a message that you are a weak man. You will tolerate anything, and you are sending a message to other men and women that they can go out here and disrespect you, because if the woman who is closest to you can go out here and disrespect you to your face, then others will not see you as somebody who needs to be respected. And that's why any man of character will take his respect, and he will take his respect almost immediately by checking an out-of-pocket female, and he will do so in a way where he's not really getting to the point where he's screaming and yelling. No, a man who's in control of himself understands that disrespect is dealt with in a calm manner, and yes, while he may be angry about the disrespect, he understands he needs to respond to the situation, not react by getting violent. No, a man responds by, again, pulling the woman to the side and telling her she is out of line. And usually there are women who are of character who understand that if their man looks bad, they themselves look bad. So if a man pulls her to the side and she's a decent woman, she is going to understand, look, how I'm behaving is reflecting badly on my man or my husband, and I need to get myself in check, because if I go out here and I disrespect my husband or my man, I'm disrespecting myself, because if I look like the picture of weakness, I'm making my man look like the picture of weakness. And what your Jada Pinkett did to Will Smith was extremely disrespectful over the last couple of months. And if Will Smith had any backbone or any stones, and understood the role of a man, he would have checked her a long time ago. Because any man of character, once he sees his woman getting out of pocket like this and talking bad about him, or even talking about getting with other guys, that's when he goes out here and, after checking the woman, charges the woman to the game. And that's what any man does when he sees disrespectful behavior from a woman. Once he starts to see disrespectful behavior and he goes out here and he checks the behavior and it continues to escalate, what he does is he charges the woman to the game. Because if this woman will not respect your boundaries, she does not respect you as a man. And if she does not respect you as a man, then she does not need to be in your life. No, the privilege of being in a man's life is something that is earned through respect. And if that woman cannot respect you, then you charge her to the game. You send her back to the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and you do that because they will go out here and tolerate all of this disrespect, but you set a boundary for how you will be treated, and you don't tolerate women who are disrespectful, talking greasy to you, or putting hands on you, or telling people stuff in your personal business. No, as a man, you insist that standards are established for your relationship. You insist that boundaries are established for how she carries and conducts herself with you, and you insist that this woman shows you the respect that you would show her. And if she cannot show you respect, then you, in navigating through your anger as related to this behavior, you deal with this conflict almost immediately, and you deal with it in a constructive manner that lets her know that, one, she is out of pocket, she is out of order, and if she cannot get with the order of your program, then she can get out of your life. One of the other mistakes that Will Smith has made as related to Jada Pinkett is letting her think that she has so much value that she cannot be lost. A man has to understand that if this woman wants to be a valuable part of your life, then she needs to show her value by presenting character that shows that she respects you. And if she does not respect you, then she can go on her way. And that's not a problem for you, because you only value those who value you. And you have not really lost anything as related to a woman who does not respect you. Because if she wants to leave and she leaves, and again, you haven't lost anything, because you still have your intangibles of manhood, you still have your dignity, you still have your self-worth, and you have, in some cases, 3 to 4 other women out here that you can deal with, because if this woman doesn't respect you, then you have an opportunity to pursue a relationship with another woman who will show you that respect. So you haven't lost anything. In fact, you've learned that this woman is not the one for you. And sadly, your Will Smith has not really learned that lesson about Jada Pinkett. He's stuck in a sunk cost fallacy where he still thinks he can continue to invest time in this failed relationship with Jada Pinkett, but he doesn't understand that while he has invested time in this relationship with Jada Pinkett, he's just losing more time out of his life, and he's not the loser if he lets go of your Jada Pinkett. No, he is going to be the winner, because he is cutting off his losses, and by cutting off his losses, he's going to wind up winning in the end, because even in his 50s, he's still considered one of the most attractive men in the world, and he now has an opportunity to seek a relationship with a woman who is younger and someone who will possibly show him the respect that he should receive, but he has to understand his value as a man, and he has to get a sense of self-worth about himself. So, your Will Smith, when I look at him critically, he really needs to understand the concept of being angry as a man, and he needs to understand that a man has a right to his anger, but he cannot go out here and express that anger in a way where he's yelling and screaming and exploding. No, a man, yes, he may yell here or there, and he may raise his voice now and again, but when it comes down to a woman who is out of order, he is going to be in control of himself. He is going to navigate through those feelings, and he's going to take that woman aside and again let her know that this is just the way you have behaved is disrespectful to me, and the way you are talking to me is not the way I'm going to tolerate being talked to. And if you don't, and the way you are behaving, right, saying things about my business in the street, that's what a man is going to do. He's going to let her know, look, you're not going to be doing and saying things about me and disrespecting me in public, because this behavior, it reflects badly on both of us. And while your Will Smith is sitting there talking about bad marriage for life, a man of character is saying that if you want to be treating me bad, then I'm going to show you the door, and I'm not going to be afraid to show you the door, because at the end of the day, if a man has anything in this world as related to people, it's his respect. And if people will not give you your respect, especially those who are close to you, like a wife, then you need to take it by showing them the door. Now, if you want to see me make more men's issues videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my men's issues books on the SJS Direct imprint, like Stop Simping in Cyberspace, Stop Simping in the Workplace, and The Man Crisis and Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, Manginas, They Look Like Men But They Act Like Ladies, and The Misadventures of Captain Save-'em, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many black women can't find a husband and why 70% of black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.